the apex like everybody else. But the one thing about Leech, that was a beautiful pivot that run process. That comes off the contender stage.
Oh, and now Jingliang returns fire.
Jingliang does not sit down for anybody.
So this is the fight between Carlos Prates versus Jingliang. Both of them are pretty interesting fighters, especially Leech, the Leech. So 2021, right? So before 2021, I think he was a pretty good fighter, and then he got injured, and then he disappeared for almost, what, 3 years now? And he just popped up again today in my feed, so I thought, wow, he's back, right? Maybe you don't know who is Prates, but he's a pretty interesting fighter. As far as I know, he's from Brazil, and he just started his UFC career this year, right? 2024. Definitely, there are a lot of things to learn, so today I'm gonna react to their videos and just break it down a little bit and see what's up with the Leech and also Carlos, and let's check out this fight together.
Broadcast booth.
Ready, fight!
Place is on fire. Tonight's UFC 305 Fight Clock is brought to you by Timex. A Timex on your wrist is a reminder that time belongs to you. Get yours today at Timex.com. Jingliang is in red. Carlos Prates out of the Southpaw stands in black.
I was a bit worried, right? Our pickup time was at 5 o'clock in the morning, but it's actually gone fast. I feel great. Maybe it was that 2 hours we just took down.
Could be. I mean, that helped me. Thank you for that, by the way.
I told you 1 hour. You took an hour and a half.
So one thing you want to pay attention to for those of you at home watching is the stance. Look at that, the stance battle here. Right leg forward for Prates, left leg forward for Jingliang. And they're going to be battling that back leg and the backhand against each other. Those are the power shots for one another.
Yeah, that was the first
to
strike.
land those on both of each other. Right there, that back leg for both of them is going to be a huge weapon.
Prates seems more measured tonight. I think he recognizes that the Leech is a little tougher than the guys that he's been in there with to this point.
Certainly on paper, a step up in competition as Prates tries to extend his winning streak to 10 and move to 3-0 here in the UFC.
I mean, we've said it with Nolan. Anybody with this kind of frame, watch their knees. The way that Nolan uses his knees, the way that Prates uses their knees, it's very vicious, it's very sharp, and it's anytime you try to move forward on him, that's when he starts firing you. So
I honestly believe that the Contender Series, your record should count. It should count as your UFC record, right? You're in the UFC fighting. Technically.
I don't agree, but...
Just because, think about this, they're fighting in the Apex like everybody else fights in the Apex.
Right,
What's
but they're trying to earn a shot in the UFC, and Dana's the one making that decision.
It's really different from any other videos we've watched before, and you can see on a professional level, an actual professional level, they're not really...
I think it's the same stage DC, but different level of competition.
Okay, that's a combo. They're not really antsy, right? They're not really trying to attack. It's more important to play defense. It's more important to understand the pattern before they make any combo and attack.
See Prates very loose. Look at how he swings that lead hand, how he's real loose with it.
Well, the Leech is very aware of that. He said he's very calm, collected inside the octagon, and Prates is very tall.
You know, Prates is much taller. I think he's around... He's probably 6'1" or 6'2", you know. That's a huge advantage when it comes to this level of fighting, you know. Oh, okay. What happened there? Lower kick to the knee. And did he hit him or didn't? I don't understand this one. It's not clear, but Lee here lost his balance because he was literally trying to throw a left cross, and while he was trying to execute that cross, he saw the cross from Prates, and then he tried to bend down to protect himself, lower his center of gravity. He just lost the balance there and kind of fell.
Lands for him from the outside.
He caught him on the side of the head. Leech went down.
And he's just smooth and he doesn't force anything. Look how comfortable Prates looks.
Yeah, Prates is pretty relaxed. He's slow, you know. He's slow, but he's fast here.
On the world's leading crypto app, download the crypto.com app now. Head kick for Prates, partially landed or so it appeared. Nice
Where
leg
you
whip
see
there by the Nightmare.
Lee, right? Lee is like very active, very dynamic. He keeps moving, but it's just not.
That's really picking his spots
It's
well.
just not smooth.
80% through 3.5 minutes. Good connection there by Jingliang. Coming up on a minute to go, round one.
Lee's doing a lot of moves, but then he's not doing a lot of effective moves, if that makes sense. Okay, that's a nice combo.
By Jingliang now.
Right now, you're seeing Prates just see everything. Very good defense. He sees all the.
Okay, that was a
slipping out of the way.
nice lower kick. I think you can keep going with that. You can see the Prates. You can see his knee, right? His knee is kind of red now. It's getting hurt. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? Let's check. So that's a jab. And then, okay, kick. Did a great job. Nice head movement, dodged all that. This moment right here, okay. So that cross hit him hard. You really see the advantage here from Prates. Like he's way longer than, he's way taller than Lee. You can see his torso, right? He's built for this. He's like a shotgun. You can see at this point, exactly at this point, what I'm trying to make a point is, imagine if Lee is stretching out his whole arm. He only probably reached half the distance where they're standing right now, but you can see when and where Prates executed that cross. It's exactly from this moment and from this distance, where Lee's arm barely reached Prates, but Prates can execute a cross from this point right here. And you can see how long the arm can actually reach, right? That's a long distance shot. That's why he didn't see that coming. I wouldn't see that coming as well.
Oh! This dude is powerful.
That straight left is a piston. Now another one for Prates.
His leash doesn't go down. The leash doesn't go down, so for this to be happening is crazy.
Oh, and now Jingliang returns fire.
Jingliang does not sit down for anybody, so the fact that he's getting tagged like this is still coming forward.
Really have to break it down here, see what they are doing. So he got hit here again. Okay, that was. I'm surprised he's still standing, honestly. Look at the frame right there. I believe at this point he's pretty dizzy right now in his head. And he's just trying to stay up, if you know what I mean. He's just walking in one direction. It's pretty predictable because his head is dizzy. His defense mechanism is not by keeping the distance and move away when he got dizzy, but he preferred to attack. He let the opponent to back off and keep the distance instead of he back off and keep the distance. But you gotta know that Carlos is a Muay Thai fighter. What they like the most is pressure. They're not afraid of pressure, right? All right, let's check out the second round.
Has knocked down all 4 of his UFC or Dana White Contender Series opponents. Round 2.
We talk about this concept.
It's interesting. Okay, now Prates doing his Muay Thai stance. Now you see the Muay Thai thing, right? The tip is pretty nice, tip to the head. The thing is why Lee throws a lot of lower kick, right? It's kind of interesting why Prates never checked his lower kick, right? Like in a Muay Thai way. Most of the time he just took the kick. Like now he's playing smart. He's backing away. Oh, that was a nice kick.
Well, and let me just add, the betting line is but one lens through which to look at a fight, but he's a near 4-1 favorite against the guy who's been ranked fighting all the top guys.
Yeah.
You see how they're moving their hands?
We're not seeing Jingliang mix in the martial arts, so it's a pure Muay Thai fight with 4-ounce gloves, which is where Prates has the most experience. He's not uncomfortable at all because there's no grappling, so the Muay Thai can really flow.
You spoke earlier, Dom, about Prates' ability to see strikes coming, roll with punches. He never stands still.
You can see it's really hard. Okay, let's recheck this. You can see it's really hard for Lee. Like this moment, Lee throws a lower kick, didn't hit him. All Prates had to do is just to move back his right leg. Lee's lower kick can barely reach him. And even if he didn't move back that leg, don't seem like he could reach it in any cases. And after he moved back his right leg, he throws a cross immediately where, you know, at this point, Lee is basically just standing right there. He couldn't move because he's already executing that lower kick. Lee did see that cross coming, but there's not much he could do because he just landed his foot back. So he has no other choice but to throw a jab. But you can see even the full range of that jab is barely touching his jaw, and that cross from Prates effectively landed on his head, just like that. It's really hard for Lee to play Prates' game, unless if they do some grappling, do some wrestling, then it's probably better for Lee, but like this,
The Leech has done an outstanding job, though, inside and out on that lead leg of Prates.
Oh my goodness.
so if Lee wants to reach Prates, he has to get in, right? He has to close the distance. But if he does close the distance, then he himself is in a danger zone. So it's a pretty hard game for him, I think. Oh, did he hit him? Prates' reaction so fast. See the cross? Get down. Follow up with the cross. I think he got him, but Prates blocked it with his left hand. Yeah.
But one thing about Jingliang is that he'll never give up on himself. He'll continue to press, he'll continue to fight. Just like you talked about on his walk, man, this guy was a pioneer for fighters coming out of China. And right now his intention is to help that next wave of fight.
Okay, so it didn't hit the head, hit his chest.
His intention is to help that next wave of fighters, men and women, to try to be as successful as he has been inside the UFC octagon.
Surprised Jingliang hasn't gone to this earlier.
Yep, and
at least get to the over-under clinch just to break the rhythm of Prates. It's very important.
Lunging left hand lands flush for Prates. Good connection by Jingliang.
And all these left hands are going to set up that left kick.
Whoa, that was a pretty nice combo. Now you see the Muay Thai. Let's slow it down. You see how much distance that combo closed in, right? Flying knee, and then after that, a Superman punch. And what's confusing is what Lee did after. Like, he got hit on the face. You see, after he get hit, instead of, you know, he could go either way, right? He could go to the left side, he could go to the right side, but instead, he's still trying to push Prates, still moving forward after just getting hit on the face. That's probably not the smartest move. I'm not sure if he's getting a little emotional or he's just the way he fights, right? He never backs off. He really needs to get himself out of there because he got hit too many times. And he's probably facing a lot of pressure and a little bit emotional, right? That's why relax is not just, I'm okay, I can still fight. Relax is about, you know what are you thinking, you know what are you doing, and not just, I have to fight back, I have to punch back, I have to exchange the punch, I have to exchange the cross, right? You see some Thai fighters like Rotan, right? Let's see who can take it more, right? But it's like, you can fight that way for sure, but you don't have, oh, look. Okay. Jab, then cross. You can see almost all the punch that landed on Lee by Prates is the same pattern. It's just a cross, a long range cross. You really push it forward and close in that distance, and it's really hard to see when it's coming because that distance is kind of like a delusion to your eyes. You think you know, you think you have the distance, but you don't really have it, right? Prates just close in through the cross pretty fast. Can't expect that.
Instead of rushing, he's outclassing, taking his time, setting up the knockout.
His striking is sick.
He's
Very
landing
accurate.
72%.
Oh! Double right hand. Sorry, double left
That
hand.
left.
Southpaw.
Oh shit, man, he's really taking it.
Another left hand from Prates.
It's too much. Jesus. Oh God, that's a nice knockout. Man, I really didn't see that coming, man. Even after that punch right there, he's kind of lost it, right? He's just standing there, moving his arms, but he's not thinking, you know? He shouldn't just stand right there. He should move, you know, footwork, footwork, footwork. Here it's understandable because he just got hit 2 times on his head. He's probably like super dizzy. He's really trying to stay focused, like probably it's all blank. His vision is dark, man. Like he can't see, he can't think. He's trying to stay up. This is what he was trying to do here at this moment. For example, when you got hit on your nose, on your jaw, and you just completely blacked out, as long as you have some kind of consciousness left in your mind, move out of there. It doesn't really matter where you're going, right? Just move out of there. Just keep your legs moving. Don't just stand right there. If you keep moving, there is a chance for survival. Let me tell you that if you keep moving to the sides, right, there is a chance that you're gonna get out of there. Anyways, it's a pretty interesting fight. I couldn't cover everything. I was just saying things off the top of my head, my observation, what I think. But let us know, what do you think about this fight, all right? Let us know in the comments and let's discuss it together. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next No BS boxing video.